The absolutely beautiful Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino playing host to Cage Fury Fighting Championships once again here in Tampa, Florida. My name is John Morgan. The champ is in the building. CM Punk is with me. CFFC 110 about to get underway. Fantastic lineup from start to finish. Even if my man's hobbled a little bit over here, he's doing all right.
Are we on Facebook? Are we on TikTok? What are we doing here?
YouTube, IG Live.
I don't know.
Who knows where we are. Catchweight's kicking things off tonight at CFFC 110. It's Puerto Rico's Otis Page taking on Kentucky's Kevin Mendel. Let's get the action started here on the prelims. Main card over on UFC Fight Pass at 9 p.m. Eastern, so make sure you're all logged in, signed up, and ready to go. But for now, the prelims. This is where we just get to hang out and have fun a little bit, get all warmed up, make all our mistakes, get the problems out of the way.
Oh, I plan on making all my mistakes on Fight Pass.
Absolutely. Kevin Mendel making his way to the cage right now.
We don't know a whole lot about either of these men, so I'm looking forward to it's like the mystery present inside a Cracker Jack box.
It really is. Kevin making his amateur debut, so we don't know anything. We know he's from Corbin, Kentucky. I had to look that one up on the map. It's a town about 7,000 people that's about 90 minutes south of Lexington. So small town MMA, Hellman's MMA, and he's here in the big show, CFFC. What a place to make your amateur debut.
Yeah, it's got to be a little bit nerve-wracking.
Yeah, I would think so. They're going to do three-minute rounds here, so see the faster rounds. Florida does allow for 3 minutes. You do see the shin guards there as well. A little bit of modifications to the rules. No twisting leg locks, no knees to the head.
How about elbows?
No elbows. Don't want to cut those up either. So those are little modifications that you'll see in these amateur bouts as you try to let these young athletes learn the game, get the experience they need. And you can see the excitement, a little bit of excited energy there. Feeling good. Man, Jason Laderfine's got to tell him where the right place to go is. That's what you do. That's what your debut's for.
That's why you fight in the next gen division.
That's right.
You get acclimated to what it feels like fighting in front of people, being in the cage underneath these lights.
Bright lights. Crowd filling in already here early on in the night. It'll be a packed house later on when we get to our main card, no question about it.
There's more people here for our prelims than there are for when there's fights in Vegas. I will give them that.
That is 100% true. Las Vegas, a slightly late arriving crowd on most nights.
I feel like that's a West Coast thing, though.
Here's his opponent. As you said, we don't know a lot about Otis Page either. He's coming to us with an 0-2 record. Couldn't find really any record of those fights, if I'm being honest with you. So I don't know where they're from. Originally hails from Puerto Rico, lives in Florida now, and just not a lot out there. So as you said, it's a bit of a mystery, but we get to learn about it all.
What happens on the island, a lot of the time stays on the island. If those fights took place on the island, well, you know, we don't know about them.
Might have been in a street somewhere, back alley, you never know.
Don't fight in the streets, kids.
Please don't. At least he's owning up to it, though. He's like, yeah, I had it, but I was 0-2. You know, he's not trying to come to a thing. Fighting out of Top Brother, mixed martial arts, as I said, originally from Puerto Rico, but living in Florida now. One of these young athletes will pick up their first win tonight in our first bout of the evening. Final checks getting underway there. Looking loose and relaxed. Steps in for our catchweight bout to kick things off tonight. See the shin guards there as well. The added protection for this next shin bout. Shaking the cage, shaking the cameraman. As we take a look at our tail of the tape, you'll see Otis Page is a more experienced fighter, but 11 years the senior as well. Mendel a little bit shorter, but has a near 7-pound difference. We'll see how it plays out in the fight. Let's take it up for the first time tonight to Jason Laderfine to get the official introductions.
Following bout is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in a next-gen catchweight bout and is brought to you by Angry Elephant. Introducing first, out of the blue corner, he wears the black trunks with white trim. At 5 feet 7 inches tall, he weighed in at 164.6 pounds. Making his MMA debut you, representing Hellman's MMA, fighting out of Corbin, Kentucky, Kevin Mendo. And across the cage, his adversary. Fighting out of the red corner, he wears the black trunks with red and white trim. At 5 feet 11 inches tall, he weighed in at 157.8 pounds. His record, 0 wins and 2 losses. Representing Top Brother and fighting out of Fajardo, Puerto Rico, Otis No Play Page. When the bell rings, the referee in charge of the action, the third man in the cage, Andrew Glenn.
All right, Andrew Glenn will oversee this action. Catch weight matchup to get things started. Otis Page, the black, red, and white. Kevin Mendo takes a right hand early.
Well, we always say, ladies and gentlemen, the reason these are sprints is because in the amateur and next-gen division, you have shorter rounds. So you got 3 minutes to work. A lot of MMA fans are normal 5-minute rounds. These guys got to get after it quick, and you see they're not wasting any time. Kevin in on a double leg right away, trying to take down Otis.
Otis Page defending well against the fence right there. Sprawls out as he goes down to a knee. Mendo continues to press in from the outside, as you said, really trying to make it aggressive, although Page is able to switch off the fence and reset to the center. Ooh, big right hand again. Couple of big shots landed there.
Yeah, a nice inside leg kick. A lot of big punches here.
Clips the chin, lands back with the left hand, though. All action early here in the opening minute. Clipped the McKinney with a left and a right. Mendo showing the chin there.
I don't know if it's going to see a second round the way these guys are throwing.
Still less than a minute in, and the pace is high. You see a little smile on the face there. Page with the mouthpiece is coming out a little bit as well. Big shots landing right down the middle. Right hands. Andrew Glenn going to have to keep an eye on this.
Yeah, that mouthpiece is... It's out there. You hear corners yelling, breathe. I think both guys are feeling what they like to refer to as the cage shock, the octagon shock.
Oh,
that's it.
Dropped him cold. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, welcome to Florida.
Woo! Otis Page picks up his first win in dramatic fashion. Was landing some big shots down the middle, and then that cross landed clean.
Yeah, that was a wild knockout. I mean, he was out. He was out on his feet, and he hit the mat hard. That fight was all about 90 seconds, and it was non-stop action. Cage fury, ladies and gentlemen. Whew.
Good to see Kevin Mendo up already because he was out cold, and you see Page celebrating there, rightfully so.
Yeah, let's take a look at this replay. This is the early action. See a lot of nice combos from Otis Page here. He's marching forward like the Terminator. They're just throwing lefts and rights. You see a little backhand right there. He's mixing in with some kicks. But the entire time we're talking about that mouthpiece just hanging out, but he didn't seem to care. He just kept throwing and throwing and throwing. And when you do that, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. You're either going to get KO'd or you're going to KO somebody. We're looking at the replay right here. We're going to show you the whole fight. You see all those shots accumulating, just throwing big, heavy right hands. There's one, there's two, there's three. He found his target early. He got his range. One of these missiles is going to knock the man down. There it is. Oh, 2 hits. Otis hitting Kevin and Kevin hitting the mat. That's a fun way to get your first win.
Man, getting the action started here in Florida. Otis Page, as we would take another look at it, just a solid right hand that put him down. Out cold, and as you said, the head bouncing off the canvas that he lands. Scary, so it's good to see that he's okay again. Standing up, highlight reel finish. Let's take it to our man Jason Lederfine to get the time of the stoppage.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Andrew Glenn has called a halt to the bout at 1 minute, 38 seconds of the very first round due to strikes, declaring your winner by knockout, Otis No Play Page.
Soak it in, Otis Page. What a way to bounce back and to pick up your first win. Good to see Kevin Mendel okay as well. Certainly got to work on keeping the hands up. He was taking a lot of shots. I mean, you could really see, didn't know that it was going to come in that dramatic a fashion, but a lot of punches were getting through early on.
Yeah, I think his early game plan, he should have stuck to it. He's in on a double. It looked like he didn't have the most success with it, but it's always often not the first shot that you're score with. You got to work on that second shot, the third shot. But it's still early in both men's careers. I'm sure we'll see both of them again.
Absolutely. Otis Page celebrating the moment. Fun stuff there to start the night. Hey, we told you, Cage Fury Fighting Championships is always fun, start to finish. And these guys absolutely kick things off with a bang. 4 more fights still to go in our prelims. Remember, 9 p.m. Eastern, you kick it over to UFC Fight Pass. We got a 6-bout main card. We'll be talking about that along the way. Santo Curatolo is back, the former flyweight champion in the main event. Lloyd McKinney stepping up and take on that assignment. Plenty of action still to come. Let's keep it going here. It's our final amateur bout of the evening. It sees New York's Thorn taking on Florida's Marquez Forrest with the vacant CFFC Next Gen title on the line. 3-minute rounds in the welterweight division for the vacant Next Gen belt. All right, that bout's coming up in just a minute. I mean, they probably didn't know it was going to be a first-round stoppage with a big knockout. They weren't ready.
You never do. That's why you can't just get ready. You gotta stay ready.
Stay ready back there. Early on, they're like, these guys are going to go 3 rounds. I got time to warm up. No. Got to stay on your toes.
How about CFFC's own Sierra? She's just got a headset on, running around, also sings the national anthem.
Sang the national anthem, and now is here doing floor direction. That's how we do it at CFFC.
What a boss.
Everybody's got to have more than one job, right? You can't just be a broadcaster. You got to be a professional wrestling champion. You know what I mean? It's things like that.
Husband, father, it's
so many roles.
How it is.
So many roles.
Yeah, we wear a lot of hats here. I wish I was wearing a hat right now. My hair is terrible.
Matches the walking boot, maybe.
I've been waiting for the chance to prove myself.
Paul Felder, one of the fastest rising stars in the CFFC. I think he's beyond a 6-0 record.
And the new CFFC lightweight champion.
Thank you guys. I'm going to keep this as long as I need to until I get the call upstairs, and that's coming soon.
Oh, goodness! Oh, my mercy! You've got to be kidding me! Ring, ring, ring. Hello, pick up. UFC, anyone?
Put it this way. I'm glad I got in when I got in, you know what I mean? Because the guys, the new breed of MMA fighters that are coming through CFFC, these guys are they're killers. And I've been at the UFC for almost 10 fights now, almost 3 full years next month. These guys give it to me and beyond every single time we train. So you're gonna see these kids make some noise very soon in the UFC.
Not many regional promotions left, but there's been a contraction or at least a change in the marketplace but there have been a few coast to coast that have endured. Really, it's hard to look beyond Cage Fury Fighting Championships. The important part about regional MMA is you have to deliver a local product, you have to make it entertaining. If you really want to stand out, you have to do two things. Number one, you got to endure, and they've done that. And number two, you have to show that when guys come to your show and they move on, it's because you have the elite. This is the proving grounds. This is the graduating place. They've had so many come through CFFC who have gone on to do amazing things. If you want to test your talent and you want to prove you can be among the best in the future, you got to start there.
Who knew that endurance athlete extraordinaire Paul Felder used to fight? I had no idea.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. You never know what's in somebody's past until you start digging. A lot of skeletons in that closet.
I love it. A lot of big names there in that video. It's fun to see those faces. Here's a few more that want to get themselves in a video like that. That vacant next-gen belt is on the line. It's New York's Thorn, Florida's Marquez Forrest looking to make a big statement tonight in this opportunity. 3 3-minute rounds, and they're ready to walk to the cage. They call him Black Clover. This is the undefeated Marquez Forrest, 3-0 in his career thus far, 29 years old, fighting here in the CFFC cage for the very first time. Fought recently, as recently as April, picked up a win out here in Florida. Also, an interesting note, he made his amateur debut in August of 2021 at UFC 3. That's a small show in Florida that should probably be expecting a cease and desist letter very soon. I'm telling you, the logo looks exactly the same.
I can't imagine why.
I guess they're probably like United Florida Championship or something like that.
Yeah.
But probably, I'm hollering at you, Little Florida UFC. Probably want to think of a new name pretty soon. Black Clover.
How about PFL? Nobody's using that.
Professional Florida League. Professional Florida League. Good. All right, 3 3-minute rounds. As I said, the vacant next-gen belt is on the line. You'll still see the shin guards in place there. A little bit of changed rule sets here. One of these men would like to claim that next-gen belt, which is a nice little trinket to put in the trophy case before you make it to the professional ranks. It shows that you're kind of ready for that next level. We'll see who can make a statement tonight. Black Clover wants to do that, keep his record perfect early in his career.
Not going to be an easy thing to do. He's fighting a man that they call Thorn.
I mean, he's got the hammer and everything, you know? Thorn. As you said, no easy assignment. 4-1 record early in his career as well. The same 29 years old as his opponent, also fighting in the CFFC cage for the very first time. Picked up a win out in New York in his most recent fight in May, so he's been traveling around a little bit. Currently on a 3-fight winning streak, and impressive to see already fighting for the 3rd time this year, which I love to see that in the amateur ranks.
Yeah.
Just get all the experience you can.
Absolutely. And this walkout music is something.
It's pretty eerie.
Yeah, it is. I feel like I'm in a Vincent Price movie. I like it. The red lighting is very moody here.
I like it. Well done, production team. New York's Thorn.
Yeah, coming into Florida boy's backyard. It's always interesting to see how the fans take to that. Nobody likes anybody from New York, I found in my travels. It's a thing.
Not even in New York.
No, New Yorkers hate New Yorkers. Staten Island hates Long Island hates Queens. They all hate New Jersey. It's all the same to me.
There he is, Thor, ready to make a statement, as you said. Fighting in enemy territory. One of these men is going to walk away with the next-gen belt. Look at that. This man's got it all.
He's very aware of where the cameras are. That's good.
That's a
good
key
thing
right
to master.
there. That's a key. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape for this, our final amateur bout of the next-gen welterweight belt on the line. You see, the similarities there. They line all the way up. Virtually identical, one man used to say. Thorn with a little bit more experience, but does have that loss. Should be a good one. We'll see who walks away with the belt. Let's take it to our man Jason Liederpine to get the official introductions.
The following bout is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds for the vacant next-gen welterweight title. and is brought to you by Turk Boys. Introducing first, out of the blue corner, he wears the black trunks with red and white trim. At 5 feet 9 inches tall, he weighed in at 167.8 pounds. His record, perfect. 3 wins and no losses. Representing Gracie Brandon and fighting out of Dade City, Florida, Marquez Black Clover Forrest. And across the cage, his adversary, fighting out of the red corner. He wears the black trunks with white trim. At 5 feet 9 inches tall, he weighed in at 167.8 pounds. His record, 4 wins and 1 loss. Representing Death War and fighting out of Redwood, New York, Thorn. When the bell rings, the referee in charge of the action, the third man of the cage, Andrew Glenn.
I don't think they like Thorn.
Not at all. Florida crowd firmly in support of their man. 3 minutes on the clock, so a little bit of time to work, but not the full 5 of a professional fight. See how they pace. Patient early. Forrest very stationary there in the center.
He's got that southpaw stance.
That left hand tucked to the chin, pawing out the right jab, looking to counter. As Thor rushes in, flashes out the high kick. Grabbed on the leg there, did Thorn, but couldn't do much with it. Interesting to see just how stationary Forrest really is.
And he's switching stances too. Giving Thorn a lot to look at here.
Leaping kick came there briefly. Tagging the inside of the lead leg. First minute gone. Continues to work the leg there. Oh, the right hand dropped him. Forrest looks okay, popped right back up.
That's the power of that mystical hammer.
Thor's hammer with the right hand. Tying up now, pressing things to the cage. Forrest has his back to the fence right now.
A lot of people have trouble pronouncing the name of Thor's hammer. Do you know what it is?
I do not. Vocal something.
You don't pronounce the J. Molina. I probably said it wrong. Somebody's going to crucify me.
Yeah, they're like, oh, this guy.
It's a good thing I stay off Twitter nowadays.
This guy butchering it.
We got Thorn with Forrest pressed up against the side of the cage. Good head position. He's got his right knee splitting the legs of Forrest. He's doing all the right things here. Looks like he's got double unders right now. Let's see if he can do something with it.
Yeah, he's really been holding those, but wasn't able to do much. Should control position. Now he's back out to the center. And he dropped him again with the right hand. To his credit, Forrest is shaking those off, but that's twice he's been on his backside here in this opening round.
Well, I mean, if this was a boxing fight, you know, it's going to get scored totally differently. 2 knockdowns. You best believe Thorn's got his confidence sky high right now.
To his credit, I mean, Forrest is still looking clear enough in the eyes, looking to engage, but he has been caught twice. Big left hand lands for him. Final 10 seconds here of the opening round.
It was a good opening round, honestly, for both men, but you got to give it to Thorn with the 2 knockdowns. But you never know what judges are judging and how they're seeing things.
Yes, but I would hope that 2 knockdowns would be enough to win either round.
Yeah, but listen, Marquez Forrest was scoring with a lot of varied strikes. Inside low kicks, outside low kicks. He was switching stances. He was giving Thorn a lot to look at, but Thorn gave him a lot to think about. You can see right here, bip, that first one right on the chin, knocks Forrest right to his butt. He gets right back up, and again, a second time, that same punch. That right hand over the top, lands squarely on Marquez Forrest's chin, puts him down on the canvas. But yeah, he looks great. He looks completely recovered.
Yeah, it's wild to see. Thorn obviously going to be brimming with confidence over there in his corner after dropping his opponent twice. But yeah, I'm just kind of amazed that Forrest got sent down twice. Looks to be okay. Not even breathing heavy over there. Looks clear in the eyes. And as you said, he did have some things that he can lean on and say, hey, I had some moments. It was just those 2 punches really changed everything. So we'll see if he can make sure and keep the hands up and protect that chin here in round number 2.
See if he can gain the respect of Fear and Thorn here.
Round number 2 of 3. Next gen welterweight title on the line. Got to think those knockdowns were enough to secure round 1 for Thorn.
Oh, I like that. I like Thorn going to the body early in this second round.
Forrest again, still heavy in the pocket, loading up that big left hand. Right hand's traded there. Boy, he does wing that right hand, but Forrest unleashed the combo. Now it's Forrest that gets the takedown.
Forrest on top of Thorn here, and you got to best believe his corner's happy with this. See how Thorn can react here. Oh, he's got the underhook already. Right back up to his feet. Nicely done.
Excellent work there to get back to his feet in quick order. Forrest really wasn't able to take advantage of the position at all. Now we reset here in the center again.
I like the idea, though. If both guys mix up more things, it just gives each other's opponent more to think about.
Well, that right hand landed down the middle again. Forrest changes level, drives through, looking for the takedown. Can't quite get it.
Yeah, it was a great sprawl by Thorn. Saw him look like he might try to threaten with a darce, but Forrest got right back up to his feet.
Right now, Forrest reverses off the cage, battling for position there. Maybe a little clash of heads as they separate. They reset to the center once again.
And now we're halfway through this fight. And again, that right hand of Thorn finds its mark, but it looks like Forrest fires right back.
Yeah, nice left hand landed for him. Big shots being traded. Forrest showing a chin, taking a couple more of those right hands in this round. Fortunately for him, they didn't sit him down. The minute remaining here in round number 2. Could be an opportunity for either man. Still, oh, the right hand lands again. Walked right into that one. On the jab. Oh, he lands a right on Temple, but it's thrown right back. They're trading in the pocket. He slips a little bit there. Stumbled for sure. And they're just ripping off shots.
Yeah, both guys are feeling it now. Both guys are getting touched, and they're touching right back.
30 seconds left. There's that straight right down the middle again for Thorn. Forrest hesitant to engage there. He's walked into a couple big shots.
Yeah, short time left in this second round, but both guys having some great moments.
Absolutely letting it go here as the final 10 seconds tip off the clock. They had a couple of big moments in there. And what's been an action-packed fight through 2 rounds, unleashing the right hand again. Looks like we're gonna finish on the feet. Not as much the definitive shots that we had. You didn't have the big knockdowns. I tend to think maybe Thorn was landing the best shots yet again, but it was a close round, especially without those knockdowns this time around.
Yeah, that's a razor-thin round, in my opinion. You know, we'll take a look at some of it, but both guys looking good on their feet. We see a takedown early right here from Forrest. And it was Thorn who instigated that shot, gets it reversed, but he's immediately back up on his feet, but good takedown. And here we just see some leather getting slung, as they like to say. That was a slip, not a knockdown. Both guys trying to end this thing in the second, but we will see a third round.
Yeah, listen, I mean, that first round very well could have been a 10-8 as well. I mean, they were flash knockdowns, so who knows? If you're Thorn in his corner there, I think you feel pretty comfortable where you're at and you want to do more of the same. If you're Forrest, maybe you won that second round, but I don't think you can feel good about that. Again, maybe that first one was a 10-8 as well. So I think if you're Forrest, you got to be pushing, looking for a finish to try to keep your undefeated record intact.
Well, there is gold in somebody's future at the end of this 3 minutes, but I think the bigger picture is the experience that you gain from this. You know, you want your fights to go longer. Listen, everything can't be a first-round spectacular knockout or a flash submission. Great shot from far out from Forrest, but it was telegraphed. Thorn saw it coming from a mile away.
Yeah, defended well, just didn't set it up. As you said earlier, I think it's a good idea from him, but you got to set that up. And now Thorn landed a couple of big low kicks there as well as they drive into the clinch.
Double unders by Thorn here. Let's see if he can do something with it. He's been here before.
Yeah, got to this position a couple times throughout the fight. Really hasn't been able to capitalize on it. But at the very least holding there. You see him hook that left leg. Looking for the takedown. Turns to the single.
He's got to drag him off the cage. If he's grabbing a single, he's got to try to step back and run the pipe with Forrest to the mat. But Forrest defending super well. He's got that whizzer on his left side.
Yeah, was able to drag him to a knee, but that's it. Forrest popped right back up, but he's still stuck on the fence here. Again, I think Forrest is probably going to need a finish if he wants to win this fight as we're near the halfway part of this third way round.
Yeah, Thorn getting busy. Obviously, he's in charge here, but he's landing with some good knees to the body. He's still swinging.
Big shots being fired. Minute and a half remaining. Forrest again comfortable in the pocket there as he defended that right hand from Thorn.
I like that high kick from Forrest. You know, that's a good weapon. We saw him throw it in the first round. I'd like to see him throw it a little bit more, but again, I'd like to see him set it up.
Oh, walks into a right hand there. Final minute of the third and final round. Next gen welterweight title on the line for one of these two men. Can somebody have a big finish here to secure it? Big right hands from Thorn. Oh, Forrest landed the left hand as he moved in.
Yeah.
Forrest has landed some good shots along the way, but Thorn really hasn't shown much effect at all.
Yeah, both guys got 30 seconds to make something happen here. This is a fight that you do not want to leave in the hands of the judges. I know we always say that. I know you're sick of hearing it, but it's the truth. Somebody's going to get their heart broken here because I guarantee you both guys think they're ahead right now.
Oh, for the right hand, left hand. Forrest trying to do something big here late. Pouring on the flurry, shoots in for the takedown. Sprawl there from Thorn. Forrest was having some success on the feet. I think he might just keep swinging.
Yeah, Forrest is really emptying the tank here. You love to see that.
They say leave it all out there. I think these two men did just that. As you said, I respect the way Forrest finished that fight. Maybe enough for him to take that third round. Will it be enough to take the fight? We're about to find out.
That was a fun fight.
It was a fun fight. Two high-level, next-gen fighters showing their development earlier. As you said, getting the experience. You love to get highlight reel knockouts, but truthfully, that's what this is about, is getting experience, and these two guys got it.
Now, here's one of those weapons that I was talking about from Forrest, that left high kick. I'd like to have seen him set that up a little bit better. And then both guys just got a lot of heart in this third and final round here. They stood toe-to-toe. They both threw at each other. They both tried to end this fight. A lot of takedown attempts, a lot of good takedown defense, and a lot of heavy offense. Frenetic pace here in this third round.
All the way to the very end as well, which was fun to see there from Marquez Forrest.
I'm gonna go talk to somebody in a second, but it might take a minute for me to get down there.
He's got a busted wheel, folks. We'll give him a little extra time. We'll let him dump out of the booth a little bit early so he can make the slow walk over there. The hobbled CM Punk. You see the belt in there, ready to award it to one of these two gentlemen. Fantastic fight from both of them. Solid effort from start to finish. You see the respect between the two. CFFC CEO Rob Haydak in there giving praise to both of them for going back and forth from start until the very end. Like to see that respect between two warriors as well. One of them's about to walk away with that next gen belt that you see there in the background. Love that. My favorite part of the sport right here. You go in there and you try to beat the heck out of each other, and then you dab it up afterwards and say, hey man, I really enjoyed that. Thanks for doing that. Unbelievable stuff. Reliving the fight. And again, one of them is going to be crowned next-gen champ. Just waiting to get these scorecards in. Maybe it's taking a little while to add them up. Some of those rounds were pretty close. The first one was clear.
Hey, thank you for everyone watching me, supporting me. Got my whole crowd up there. Everyone came out to watch it. Thank you.
Here in Thorn giving his thank yous there. I think he feels pretty confident he did enough. I've got him taking it on my scorecard, but that man, Marquez Forrest, did a great job as well to make it interesting. And looks like we do finally have some movement over from the scoring table. Took a little bit longer to get everything than thought we would. So do we have a surprise here? Sometimes when you see these lengthy score tallies, it's because there's some disagreement on what the score should be. We're about to find out. Our man is in there with the scorecards. We'll get the fighters lined up here. There we go. Let's get them lined up here. Thor celebrating. We'll see if he's still doing it here in a moment when this decision is read. Let's get the fighters in position. And let's take it to our man, Jason Liederfine, to get the official result.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. First judge, 29-28, Forrest. Judge number 2, 30-27, Thorn. Judge number 3, 29-28, for your winner by split decision and new next-gen welterweight champion, Marquez Black Clover Forrest.
Marquez, I'm here, ladies and gentlemen, with your new next-gen welterweight champion. That was a very, very fun fight. That was a super close fight. I saw you got a little cut above your left eye right now. You did something in that 3rd round. I said on commentary, it felt like somebody was going to get their heart broken because it was such a close fight. I wasn't sure who was ahead, and you emptied the tank in that last 30 seconds. Was that something you trained for? Talk to me about how you're feeling. You got this hardware.
Honestly, I feel great, man. Like, I thought it was going to go to a draw. I felt like I did enough to win, but my coaches, they keep me going. They're like, hey, you got to do it. You got to do it. We train for this. When we're tired, we don't have nothing left, blast them. Go hard. That's what we do.
Well, now that you've got some gold in the... You're an amateur. Are you talking with your team? When's the time to go pro? What's next for you, Forrest?
Well, right now I think we have 3 fights left. 3 fights in August, and then after that we'll make a decision. But I already got word that I can fight here when I go pro, so I'll be back again.
I hope you do come back, ladies and gentlemen. Florida's own Marquez Forrest, your new champ. Congratulations.
CM Punk going for the cheap heat there. It's Florida's own. Don't boo this man. Listen, it's a razor close decision. I mean, we said it, like razor thin in what was going to be there. I wasn't sure either those 2nd, 3rd round. To be honest with you, I still thought Thor had done enough to take it home, but it was a fantastic fight for Marquez Forrest, and both these guys get great experience, and now that man has a belt as well. Hopefully we'll see him back here in the CFFC cage. Plenty of action still to come. Stay with us here.
Champ!
I love it, man. That was not a typo on the screen. We'll be back in 2 weeks, man. I absolutely love to see how busy the schedule's getting with CFFC.
I can't wait to see what my foot feels like in 2 weeks.
Hobbling them back and forth to the cage, not a lot of fun, but thanks for doing it tonight, CM Punk.
Well, it's because you refused. It's okay, I understand.
Didn't think you were going to get word of that from the meeting, but fair play, sir. All right, let's keep the action going so we don't have to talk about it anymore, all right? It's our first professional bout of the night. It takes place at flyweight. It's Tampa's Max Quninoes taking on Deerfield Beach's Guilherme Crossi as the professional portion of our prelims gets underway.
Yeah, it's interesting how the crowd turns on a dime, right? Like, they did not like Thor because he was from New York, and then they seemingly seemed to boo the decision.
They did.
Very interesting.
They did. I love the way you saved it there. You're like, Florida's own.
Come on.
Can you cheer the man? We'll see who gets the cheers here. This is an all-Florida matchup. The man you see making his way to the cage right now, Guilherme Crossi, made his pro debut in February. He suffered a first-round loss there. That was out in Arizona. It's interesting, in his pro debut, he was actually returning from a 2-year layoff after he had finished an amateur career at 6-0. So he had this perfect amateur career, had to take 2 years off. We understand why. A lot of people had lengthy layoffs the last couple years. His amateur career did include 4 decision wins, 2 knockouts, but it was perfect. Took 2 years off, came back, made his pro debut, and came up short, unfortunately. So, as you see the legend, Jay-Z Cavalcante in his corner right there, this is Guilherme Crossi's time to kind of get things right, get back to those winning ways, you know, remember that feel of what you had. You understand, 2 years as a layoff, making your pro debut, it's got to be a tough challenge. We'll see if he can turn things around tonight.
Well, you know, his coaching's good. If you see Jay-Z Cavalcante in somebody's corner, you know that he's going to get the right and correct instructions, and he's probably a tough SOB.
No question about it. That Fight Sports Deerfield Beach team. Crossi gets the final instructions there. Singing his walkout song, feeling the moment. Tries to get in the win column. Let's meet his opponent. The Candyman is feeling it. He was the Hitman. I guess now he's the Candyman.
Well, you talk about cease and desists earlier. Somebody must have got hit with one. He's the Candyman now, which I feel like he could also get hit with a cease and desist for. But, you know, all the good names are taken, ladies and gentlemen.
Look at the pro-level hair dye there, shall we? I love that.
That is some Minoru Suzuki-esque hairstyling.
Nice shout out there to the legend Minoru Suzuki, 27 years old. He is making his professional debut tonight, fighting the CFFC cage for the first time. Fought most recently back in November, where he wrapped up his amateur career at 8-3, so pretty solid level experience. I always love that, you know, 8 to 10 to 12 amateur bouts, man. If you can stick around that long, I know it's not easy. You want to start getting those paychecks,
right.
But I think that experience really does pay off for you.
Yeah, it absolutely does. But, you know, in the world we live in, everybody's got to get paid.
That's it. One stat that stood out to me with this, the combined record of his amateur opponents at the time of their fight was 36-10. So
wow.
Quality record as well. Not cherry picking anybody is the Candyman as he looks to make his debut here tonight. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape for this flyweight matchup. Again, this will be 5-minute rounds. You see a couple of youngsters there in my book, 26 and 28 years old. Quninoes fighting as a pro for the first time. Crossi looking to rebound from that initial setback after a perfect amateur record. We'll see who can make a statement tonight here at CFFC 110. Let's take it to our man Jason Liederfine to get the official introductions.
The following bout is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the CFFC Flyweight division and is brought to you by Only Fans. Introducing first, out of the blue corner, he wears the black trunks with red trim. At 5 feet 8 inches tall, he weighed in at 125.8 pounds, a record of 0 wins and 1 loss. Representing Fight Sports Deerfield Beach and fighting out of Deerfield Beach, Florida, Guilherme, King of New York, Crossi. And across the cage, his adversary, fighting Fighting out of the red corner, he wears the black trunks with white trim. At 5 feet 9 inches tall, he weighed in at 124.4 pounds. Making his pro debut, representing Death War and fighting out of Tampa, Florida, Max the Candyman Quninoes. When the bell rings, the referee in charge of the action, the third man in the cage, Juan Santana.
What a pop that was from the Tampa crowd.
He's fired up. Max is fired up.
Max Quninoes in the black and white. Guilherme Crossi in the black and red. Both of them kneeling down.
Yeah, both starting this power position. Both coming out of the blocks like sprinters.
I love it. Flyweight division, you see. Oh, big kick to the body there for Quninoes.
There's certain weapons that are just sharper than others when you're opposite somebody who's got a different stance than you are, and that rear kick is one of them. And I like it because you can go to the body, you can go to the inside leg, and you can disguise it all and come upstairs and get a big head kick.
Quninoes certainly looks kind of the leaner, longer fighter there, and he rips off quick punches. Throws that rear kick to the body as well.
Yeah, I like how he ended his flurry of punches with that big kick.
Right hand dropped him. And he's punching from his knees as they scramble back.
Man, Quninoes is on fire right now.
Aggressive and landing to the chin.
There's that kick again, I like it.
Quninoes feeling it early. Tampa crowd feeling it as well. You can hear the volume rising as he flurries off with these big shots. Crossi dealing with it well right now, but you can't take too many more of those.
Crossi's got a chin on him. He was hit with some heavy paws.
And I like this from Quninoes right now too. Not just emptying the gas tank right now. He had some early success, but now settling in a little bit. Realize there's a lot of time left to fight with the flying knee.
Showing a lot of composure beyond his record. A lot of guys will fall in love and they'll chase that knockout. He's staying composed, he's breathing, and he's still in that pocket landing shots.
Yeah, composed. That's definitely the right word right there. Having some success, but settled down, staying composed right now. Crossi has shown a chin. He wants to get some offense of his own going. There's that big shot to the body as well, then punches right behind it.
I love that kick straight up the middle. He's scored with that every single time he's thrown it.
Quninoes again, putting his punches together in combinations. As you said, finishing combinations with the kick. Not throwing it naked, but setting it up.
Seen that flying knee too. Like he's thrown a lot of things. He's making Crossi think.
A little more than 2 minutes remaining here in the opening round.
Crossi's done a good job of recovering, but he looks a little bit timid, doesn't he? He looks like he's not moving forward.
Understandably so, right? Because when Quninoes throws, he's throwing 3, 4, 5 punch combinations, and most of them seem to be finding the mark.
Still got a lot of time to work here.
Absolutely, there's that kick to the body once again.
I like it. So far, Quninoes is standing up to that haircut, you know what I mean? Like, you walk around with hair like that, and you gotta be a badass.
He is doing so far. Right hand does land there for Crossi. Trying to get something going. Might have been an eye poke there. We're gonna fight on, it appears. Definitely saw the hand go to the face as he was blocking, but Crossi seems to be okay. Missed the big left there.
New gloves, something.
Yeah, right. Gotta get done at some point. There's that straight left down the middle as well, keeping the pressure on, staying just out of range. 1 minute left here in the opening round. Straight left down the middle again.
Quninoes is still breathing with his mouth closed. It's very impressive. It's a decent pace he's putting on Crossi, and he's obviously well conditioned. It's impressive to see somebody who's making his debut for 5-minute rounds,
Absolutely. First time he would have done so. Again, wrapped up his amateur career with 11 amateur contest, which is always good to see. I think you're seeing that experience shine through. But as you said, to go 5 minutes and look this comfortable is very, very impressive.
Just you fight how you train.
Crossi right now, where he spent most of this fight, close up to the cage, trying to get something going. Had a couple moments, but every time he does, you notice answers back with a big flurry. Final seconds here. Grabs hold. Big flurry here at the end to close. Quuninoes punch until the end. Crossi trying to swing back, and that'll be the end of round number 1. Action-packed opening round 1 that Quuninoes seemed to get the better of, but exciting from start to finish. I still don't think he's breathing through his nose there at the end as well. Unbelievable.
Yeah, so far, impressive first round. Good debut for Max Quuninoes, but there's still 10 minutes to go in this fight. Thought it was going to end early right there. You see a big knockdown, and look at, as you said, he's punching on his knees coming up. He's still throwing. This first round seemed like it was all Max Quuninoes. The Candyman showed up. See what happens in this second round. I think Crossi's got to do a lot here to gain the respect of Max Quuninoes in the second round. See more action in this first round here. Max just imposing his will, as they say.
Yeah, excellent work there. I'm sure they're telling him, hey, more of the same. That looked good.
Yeah, just, hey, listen, just do that again. 5 more minutes of that.
Easy to say. Let's see if he can do it.
You know, if I'm in Crossi's corner, I say, hey, stop doing that, and maybe do what he was doing to you.
Turn up the volume a little bit.
I'd be a great coach.
Don't do that again. Thanks, coach. We notice, oh, there's the flying knee again. Now Crossi tying things up here. Not a bad idea. Things didn't work real well at range, but can't hold on to him there. You notice alertly spun away and got back to the center. But I like it, as you said, do something different. You know you can't do the same thing again.
No, it didn't work in the first round. You know, that might be your game plan. You know, I don't know. Try to stick with it for another 5 minutes and then go for broke in the third. But if I'm Crossi, I am going to try to mix it up. I'm going to try to get inside, maybe initiate a clinch, go for a takedown, because he's losing all of the strike exchanges.
Solid head movement there from Quuninoes, then came straight back with the left hand. Again, seems to be in phenomenal condition for his debut. Unbelievable. Just misses with the big overhand left there. It just kind of stymies Crossi a little bit there. You know, he knows he's going to walk into a flurry if he opens up, and I think it concerns him a little bit. Big right hand there, misses.
That, well, what Crossi's got to do when he does that, and when he gets inside and throws that right hand, he's got to follow up. He's got to throw strikes after it.
There's the big kick to the body, but Quuninoes caught that, took it to the ground. You see Crossi trying to control the neck there. And
yeah, he's immediately trying to switch to side control here, but Crossi's got him in half guard, holding on to his head.
Couldn't quite clear that left leg out there, so he's kind of no pressure on the neck right now, but it is just kind of sticking in that position.
No, Crossi's got nothing here, but he's just holding Quuninoes on top of him. He needs to let go of that neck, swim his arms. He needs to shrink to the other side.
Oh, set up the arm triangle there.
Well, he's got to get that right arm out of there. That's the side he wants the underhook on. He needs to dig that in between Crossi's left arm and his rib cage. Quuninoes' left arm and his rib cage. Sorry, all these names.
Well, he's trying to get that head and arm set up. See the clenched hands underneath there, trying to get that right arm trapped in the hold and cinch it up. Crossi doing the right thing, pressing down, clearing space, making sure he doesn't get trapped.
There you go. You need to frame. Has he got the underhook on the far side now?
Couldn't quite capitalize there, but it did get his opponent away. Just that, as you said, the crossface created the space. Nice framing.
Full guard from Quuninoes.
We're past the halfway mark of round number 2 here.
What is wrong with me? Full guard from Crossi.
That's why we do the prelims. It's the warm-up.
Warming up, ladies and gentlemen. I'll get it right by the time we're on Fight Pass.
Punk's rusty. He didn't do the last shows because he was off busy winning a world title.
My foot hurts. Look like Crossi from underneath might be trying to go for a triangle here. Quninoes out of danger now.
Under 2 minutes here. Said Quninoes continues to work from top position. He's threatened once again. Now trying to slip around to the back as Crossi crawls to his feet.
He's doing a good job of stopping Quninoes from getting his hooks in there. He's pushing his hip up against the cage, so Quninoes couldn't get that left leg around. But he's still in a he's still not in a great position. You'd never want to give your back up to somebody. He seems to be defending well though, but Quninoes finding ways to score points here.
Staying busy against the cage there, just holding on. Crossi doing a good job of preventing a full back take there. But he's not getting any offense going. Oh, nice knee there inside.
Yeah, you heard the crowd react to that one.
Kneeing the legs there as well. Quninoes backs away, brings it back out to the center, and Crossi looks a little frustrated right now. Nothing seems to really be working for him. Quninoes again composed in the center, looking to rifle off flurries. Crossi just can't get into it. You hear Quninoes' corner yelling he's tired. Certainly seems to be slowing down a little bit. And again, just the frustration of not being able to get anything going really has to be weighing heavy on him. Final 10 seconds here of round number 2.
Well, desperate times call for desperate measures. You know, this third round, Crossi's really going to have to come out guns a-blazing. This is Max Quninoes' fight to lose at this point.
Absolutely, and look at him, how calm and collected he is there, waiting to go back to his corner. Said unbelievable conditioning from this man in his debut.
Yeah, it's very impressive, and that is the story of this fight so far, right? It doesn't seem like Crossi can get anything going here. You see, even when he throws, he's just out of range, he can't connect, and then Max Quninoes seems to double up his strikes. See him catch the foot right there, spins the man around, gets an easy takedown, and immediately switches to side control, but gets caught in Crossi's half guard. A lot of that fight, that second round, was contested on the ground, but it was Max Quninoes on top, just like it was in the striking exchanges of the first round.
A little bit frustration there from Crossi. Meanwhile, this man, calm, cool, collected. Let's see if he can continue this type of methodical work here in round number 3. You see a deep breath there from Crossi, a little bit of damage under the eyes from those straight punches that were landing clean.
Now, I'm not exactly sure what the corners are saying to Crossi, but I would like to see in the future for across all MMA, I would like to see corners say, listen, you're either going to lose by a knockout or a submission, or you're going to lose by decision. And there's something to be said about going out on your shield.
Yes, there is.
You know, it's risk versus reward. Like there you go. There's a different attack. We haven't seen that from Crossi all fight. First 10 minutes, you just see him throwing lefts and rights. He just threw a spinning back fist, something like that. And you got to throw that Hail Mary.
Yeah.
You got to hope your receiver's in the end zone, and it's the only way you're going to walk out of here with your hand raised.
That's it, because even if you come up short, if you leave it all in there, fans like to see that, the organizations like to see that. If you shell up and it's a slow round and you just walk away with a decision loss, you know, are they going to have you back? Who knows? But to Crossi's credit, he is trying to turn up the volume a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not saying, listen, it's easy to sit here with a headset on and critique the guys that are in there fighting. I'm not saying Crossi ain't trying to win. He's definitely doing that. It's just, it seems that Max Quninoes is a step ahead of him. Nice body shot.
I have to expect the Crossi to fold over after that one. That was vicious.
He's tougher than that, obviously. It really is impressive how Max Quninoes has come in here in his first professional fight and really just showed the poise, honestly, of a champion.
I agree.
Look at his mouth is shut. You told me this guy had a broken jaw and it was wired shut. I believe you.
Unbelievable. Third and final round here of this flyweight matchup. And as you said, he's not showing a piece of wear.
Nice jab. You can see he sees everything coming. He's dialed in. He's got his eyes open on his opponent. His hands are up. He moves well. Great head movement.
Really, that's the experience. Again, you know, I know you want to rush to the pro ranks sometimes, but getting that amateur experience on your belt really can prove beneficial for fighters. And I think Max Quninoes is showing that right now. Just absolutely seasoned in there. There's that kick to the body again.
There's that head kick. He's still going for it.
And look, Crossi's trying to mix it up. He's trying to do what he can. Quninoes is just too much for him right now. Staying just out of his range, and then, as you said, delivering the straight left hand, the flurry of punches. And then scampering back to the center, not allowing himself to be tied up. Great work. So it was a high kick there, nearly snuck it in.
Looked like Quninoes was leaning into that too. Best strike of the fight for Crossi, for certain.
Needs something big to happen. Landed a couple punches there, but Quninoes deals with it well. Continues to another right hand landed there. That one looked like it caught Quninoes' attention. Crossi's still pushing for this. Knows he's likely down on the cards.
Ooh, nice body kick from Crossi.
You finally start to see Quninoes breathing out of the mouth a little bit. Crossi trying to mix things up here in the third and final round. CFFC 110. Switching over to UFC Fight Pass for the main card at 9 p.m. Eastern to see Quninoes drive in, looking for the takedown, pushing the action to the cage. Short knee inside there. Crossi dealing with it well. Another big knee inside there, trying to pull him away from the fence. Crossi, the wide stance, staying upright for now.
I feel like at this point, this has turned into a hard training session for Max Quninoes. You know, I mean no disrespect. You know, oh, it looks like he might have got him a little bit low there.
Take a brief break here.
See if we can. Got about 38 seconds left in this fight.
Crossi just leaning over, getting coaching.
Listen, take the 5 minutes. You come out fresh, and you're throwing drop kicks for 38 seconds. So you're trying super kicks, combat kicks. You're trying to do everything you possibly can.
Or you just walk into a couple straight punches from Quninoes. But he's trying. Crossi knows. As you said, go out on your shield. Do what you can. Maybe you land one big shot. Keep swinging, see what happens. There's the high kick. Block. Quninoes staying just out of range. You hear the clapper there. 10 seconds remaining here. He points to the ground, says, let's go. Let's go. Throw down in the pocket. I like it, Crossi. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, I don't know about all that.
Hey.
I don't know about all that.
The old Stockton salute there from Max Quninoes.
Okay, there's, you know.
He's got slapped. Wow. Coach did not like that at all. I want to replay the slap. That was the biggest shot he took all night.
There's a lot of interesting things going on here. We got Max Quninoes corner slapping him. We got Crossi on top of the cage, like he just won in a walk-off knockout. There's that nice body shot, ripped to the right side, right to the liver. Again, it's more of the same here. There's a lot of action on the feet, and it seems to all be Max Quninoes, the candy man, they like to call him. Kind of lived up to the Hitman name. We'll show respect here to the corners.
They're good now. Good to see. I will say, and I'm not trying to put too much shade on referee Juan Santana, but as they were having their Robbie Lawler, Rory McDonald movement, like, you got to get in between him. He left him there too long, so you know, a learning lesson for everybody, I guess. But yeah, you got to pull them apart from each other. Emotion in that instant actor, emotions are still very high. Now they're calmed down a little bit, but
it is a testosterone-fueled sport. You know how to avoid that from happening? Just get in between them.
That's it. All right, looks like we got the judge decision in. Let's take it up to Jason Liederfine and get the call.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. The judges score this one 30-27, 30-27, and 30-26 for your winner by unanimous decision, Max the Candyman Quninoes.
I don't know if I'm happy or sad that I don't get to interview Max. I would like to maybe ask him about that slap.
He seems like a character. Yeah, I want that slap on our future highlight reels. You know what I mean? That was a shot right there. But Max Quninoes is celebrating, rightfully so. Big win for him. Great performance, and you know, maybe some lessons learned about sportsmanship after. But just a solid performance for a pro debut, man. To be as calm, cool, and collected as he was. And showed some chin there at the end. All right, great work there from Quninoes in his debut. We're going to keep the action going. We got 2 fights left on our prelims here at CFFC 110. And then we'll kick it over to UFC Fight Pass for the main card at the top of the hour, 9 p.m. Eastern. In the meantime, it's a pair of Florida-based lightweights hoping for their first CFFC win, clashing with Tampa's Tyler Keating, taking on Zephyr Hill's Solomon Maldonado. Solomon Maldonado from Zephyr Hills, Florida. Interesting record thus far early in his career, 1-1. That one win coming via disqualification. That was in another organization. His one loss actually did come in the CFFC cage. He suffered a first-round submission loss to Jesus Hernandez, who we'll actually see tonight on our main card as well. Did have a pretty impressive amateur run, 7-2-1. That was built from 2009 to 2014, and then he took 4 years off before coming back and making his pro debut. So, you know, now he's got that kind of out of the way. He's back in the rhythm again. Fought in March. Now he's fighting here tonight. Second time in the CFFC cage. Solomon Maldonado looking to see if he can get his first CFFC victory. Final checks underway there. Looking very calm and relaxed as he just casually strolls on into the CFFC cage.
Yeah, he looks like he just woke up from a nap and he's walking to the fridge to get some cheese or something.
Solomon Maldonado, let's meet his opponent. Saw him coming in on the wide shot there. They call him the Killer Turtle.
Why?
I don't know, but it's cool.
All right.
Tampa's own Tyler Keating, just 23 years old. We did see him at CFFC 106 as well, which is back in March. He suffered a third-round knockout loss in his pro debut to David Romano. Man's been fighting since he was youngster, started as an amateur at just 18 years old and still just 23 now at this point. Fought 7 times as an amateur, was competitive in his professional debut, but ultimately succumbed to that late stoppage. Now the Killer Turtle back to try to set things right. So these two guys fought the same night in this building back in March. Both of them came up short, unfortunately, but they're back. Lessons learned, looking to pick up their first CFFC victory. Keating looking pretty relaxed there as well, the youngster. Get ready for this lightweight matchup, penultimate prelim of the night. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape. You see the height difference there that kind of stands out to you. Tyler Keating, he did miss weight, which was unfortunate to see. 23 years old, 34 from Maldonado. As we said, both these men seeking their first CFFC win. Let's see who can get it done. Let's take it up to Jason Liederfarm for the official introductions.
The following bout is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the CFFC lightweight division and is brought to you by No Limit Technology. Introducing first, out of the blue corner, he wears the black trunks with white trim. At 5 feet 8 inches tall, he weighed in at 156 pounds. A record of 1 win and 1 loss. Representing Gracie Brandon, fighting out of Zephyr Hills, Florida, Solomon Maldonado. And across the cage, his adversary. Fighting out of the red corner, he wears the black trunks with gray trim. At 5 feet 11 inches tall, he weighed in at 158.6 pounds. His record, 0 wins and 1 loss. Representing Death War and fighting out of Tampa, Florida, Tyler Keating. When the bell rings, the referee in charge of the action, the third man in the cage, Wayne Spinola.
All right. Lightweight action here. A pair of Florida-based fighters hoping for their first CFFC win.
Catchweight, lightweight, what do we call it?
Yeah, I mean, he missed, so I guess maybe catchweight.
Nope, no touch of the gloves.
Tension's high here. Keating switching stances there. Maldonado with the early low kick from range. Another heavier one there, but big punches come back over the top. Keating moving well on the outside, shifting laterally. See, he's got that reach advantage, trying to use it, but Maldonado drives inside. Good sprawl there from Keating. Maldonado drops back to guard.
Yeah, Keating did a real good job there, sprawling and actually pushing off the corner of the cage there. Winds up in a top position in Maldonado's half guard now.
Maldonado trying to put a little pressure on that left arm briefly, but arm triangle briefly in place there. You see Maldonado pushing down, trying to create that space.
Yeah, he recognized that early. He got his arm out of there.
Looks to control the head again now.
I mean, he was doing the right thing. He had the underhook.
Keating punch. Oh, that's a big left hand right there. Kicking the legs as well. Maldonado looking for the stand-up, takes a right hand to the temple. See Maldonado trying to roll onto a leg there. Keating able to slip to the back. His right leg is trapped in there, but he's landed some big left hands.
Yeah, it's an interesting position. Good one for ground and pound for Keating, who's on top.
Yeah, really has been accurate. Those shots
look at
now,
this.
he's trying to reach around for the choke. Can't quite get it there, but boy, he's really good at finding openings for those big shots on the ground. Hooks are in.
You got both of them in, or is it? I think the cage is still preventing him from that one hook, isn't it?
Yeah, you're right. Just the left was in, right wasn't quite there. Maldonado looks incredibly relaxed again. Still just waking up from that nap there as he defends.
Oh, nice elbow.
Beautiful little elbow there.
A lot of time to work here in this first round for Keating. Still on top of Maldonado.
Just now reaching the halfway mark, trying to maybe slip around to the back, but Maldonado does a good job of controlling the wrist there, keeping himself safe as he turtles up there. Controlling the wrist to prevent the choke from coming in, prevent the big punches as well. You can see Keating just kind of picking his shots. It's a left hand in there to the chin, trying to seek the right hand around the neck once again. Maldonado identifies that, immediately pulls it away. You can tell Maldonado is very comfortable in this position, very aware of all the dangers, but he's still got a man on his back that's firing shots to his head.
Yeah, it's a tough position to be in because you obviously got to defend that ground and pound, but you don't want it to get any worse. You don't want him to get that other hook in. You got to be mindful of where that choke hand goes. A lot of those are landing on the back of the head. The referee seems to be okay with it.
Florida, baby. Big left hand's coming to Temple. He's flattened out there. This could be over. Keating punching away here, and that's going to be it.
Interesting.
You see the emotion there. Stopped short last time. Tonight, gets his revenge. The killer turtle gets it done. As you said, Maldonado was doing his best to cover up there, but I think in the eyes of the referee was just trapped there, not moving. I think if he had tried to buck and roll a little bit more, maybe he'd have been given a little bit more leash.
Yeah, you got to listen to the instructions of the referee. If he tells you to move, you listen. You got to move. You know he's looking at it, and he's about 3 seconds away from stopping the fight. And the way you prevent that from happening is you follow those instructions.
And look, I can understand Maldonado may have some complaints as you look at the end of the finish here. Punching away is Keating. And I think it didn't help that Maldonado kind of went flat here at the very end. You saw him go a little bit more prone right there. That's where he went fully flat. The punches kept coming in. So I can see that Maldonado might be a little bit frustrated at the stoppage, feeling like, hey, I was trying to cover up. I was, some of those shots might have been landed to the back of the head. I wasn't taking clean shots, but that's the problem when you have somebody on your back like this is when Keating starts punching away and you're trapped and you've been there for several minutes, it's really not doing you any favors in the eye of the referee. And to Keating's credit, I think he sensed it, even though it's a possible, big energy dump if you don't get the stoppage here. I think he felt that it might be coming. Continued away with these big hammer fists, big punches. And while he's covering up, is that intelligent defense? You see right there, that's the moment where he goes flat as well. Didn't move, a couple of those shots were coming in. And that's gonna do it. You see the killer turtle is fired up. Big time finish for Tyler Keating. Let's take it to Jason Leader to get the time of the stoppage.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Wayne Spinola has called a halt to the bout at 3 minutes, 27 seconds of the very first round due to strikes. Declaring your winner by TKO victory, Tyler Keating.
Tyler Keating, you debuted in March at CFFC and it didn't go your way, but you came back here and you got a very impressive victory over a tough opponent. Talk to me about how you're feeling.
Man, I feel great. This whole camp, I had my ups and downs, so that made it so much better to come in here and get a win, going through everything I've been through to make it here.
Was some of that adversity in the camp the reason the weight didn't go exactly the way you wanted it to?
I can't make an excuse for that. I'm a professional, so there's no excuse for that. But I had incidents where I wrecked my car, so I wasn't able to make a training. Luckily, I had a great training partner that would pick me up every day and bring me to training so I could be here tonight.
Well, I love it. That's real life. You wreck your car, and then you come in here and you wreck your opponent. One more question. They call you the killer turtle. Why?
Well, when I first started training, I was a kid. And when I first started training, I wanted a pair of shorts with a turtle doing a side kick with blood all over it. So my old coach gave me the killer turtle.
All right, who's your favorite Ninja Turtle?
Probably Raphael.
Mine too. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the killer turtle, Tyler Keating.
CM Punk getting answers to all the important questions, of course. Love it when we get there. The killer turtle got it done. And again, if you're Maldonado, I can see why you might have some complaints, but you can't let yourself get stuck in a position like this with somebody on your back just picking shots. Tyler Keating sensed the opportunity there. It slipped away from him last time in March. He wasn't gonna let it happen tonight. Just punching away, ripping off shots, hitting the ear, landing clean. It's that moment right there where he goes prone, covers up with two hands, and you say that's not intelligent defense. And look at that reaction. You think the win meant something to that man?
Hey, listen, you don't make weight, but then you tell me your favorite Ninja Turtle is Raphael, all is forgiven.
All is forgiven. Stay with us. We got one fight left to go before we kick it on over to UFC Fight Pass. I mean, look, you saw the promo for CFFC 111 earlier. That's in 2 weeks, but we're already looking to the end of August as well. CFFC 112, we're back at 2300 Arena in Philadelphia. And it wasn't on that promo, but it's part of a back-to-back. Fury Grappling 5 is the next night as well, so we're going to go back-to-back again. I love those weekends where we do the MMA one night, the grappling the next, back-to-back, a lot of fun.
It's exciting. You never know what's going to happen on those grappling shows. I heard there's a rumor you might be taking on Ariel Helwani. I don't know how true that is. We'll have to wait and see.
You never know. Tune in. I mean, look, the president jumps in there and fights UFC Hall of Famers sometimes. So
that's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? You just never know what's going to happen. But yeah, I love those back-to-backs. So fun. And it's so cool of the UFC to continue to lend us talent from the roster. So yes, we're seeing some of these big names in the grappling world, which is always an honor to me because these people are grappling specialists, right? Yes. But it's so fun to see those MMA fighters, the UFC guys that you know and you see them compete over and over because they're so relaxed. It's not an MMA fight, right?
It's a more relaxed atmosphere. I mean, we're not even wearing suits, ladies and gentlemen. We are casual.
That is the best it could be. We mentioned Brad. All right, check this out. If you didn't see this, if you just wonder what we're throwing out there, CFFC 4, Clay Guida, excuse me, Free Professional Grappling Fight say Clay Guida loses an opponent. Who steps up? The president himself, Brad Bolin, and he got a little mention from some friends of ours. Well, it's way better with audio, but trust me, it's good. If you're an expert lip reader, you can see that they were starting to really give a lot of credit for Brad, who stepped up on hours' notice for a grappling match with Clay Guida. Hung tight with them, and oh, by the way, leg locks were completely ruled out. Clay said, look, I'm not going to do leg locks.
Fair enough.
Brad had one, and I thought he was just going to go for it, just take the DQ, and he let it go. But it was fun to see, and it just shows the spirit of this organization and what everybody does here.
Yeah, maybe don't injure the UFC Hall of Famer. We would like to continue to use that talent pipeline from Uncle Dana and put on spectacular grappling shows for all the fans.
Can you imagine the report back? Like, hold on, let me get this straight. You got one of my guys hurt, and it was your president that hurt him?
we busted open Carla Esparza last time, you know? Like, we're on probation.
We thought we were done. We were like, well, that was fun. I love those Free Professional guys. That's the end of August, so a bunch of stuff coming up at CFFC, including our final prelim of the night before we kick it over to UFC Fight Pass at 9 p.m. Eastern. Let's go ahead and take a look at this heavyweight clash to wrap up the prelims. It's the big boys next in our featured prelim.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Tampa's own William Tarpley taking on Orlando's Rashaun Jackson.
The Battle of Florida.
Love it. Big boys in the cage. See if we can finish this thing with a bang. Rashaun Action Jackson, hailing out of Orlando, Florida, 35 years old, fighting in the CFFC cage for the first time. Now this is interesting because Action Jackson is on a bit of a slide right now. He's trying to get off of a 4-fight losing streak. Normally you'd say 4 fights in a row. What do you guys even having this guy here for? I mean, he's lost 4 in a row. Take a look at some of the names on that streak. Current UFC heavyweights Chase Sherman and Chris Barnett, as well as Dana White's Contender Series vets Austin Lane. So it's one of those tough ones, right? Like, you know you can't win every fight. You hate to see the losses, but then when you see, man, losses against top-tier talent, you say, okay, hold on. Maybe there's still something here. Let's see what he's gathered from those fights and what he can do with it tonight.
Listen, it's not about the setback, it's about the get back. You know, ultimate respect for anybody who fights in a cage. Coming off of 4 losses, he's traveled a road that you're not going to see. You know, like, everybody's going to celebrate the wins and everybody's going to celebrate the things you see, but obviously this man's going through it, and he still has the belief in himself to get in a cage and throw hands with another human being. My hat is off to him.
Much respect to Action Jackson. And look, and again, he's 5-5 in his career. So before he faced this top-tier competition, was 5-1 in his career. So he's shown some promise. as you said, it's about the get back. Can he get back in the win column and start getting on that kind of run again? We'll see what Action Jackson has got for us tonight. Let's meet his opponent, who's looking to make a statement as well. Tampa's own William Tarpley. You can see this for the final prelim of the night. Our crowd is just about fully filled at this point, and they are reacting to Tampa's own William Tarpley. We have seen him here before in the CFFC cage, not in this building, but Atlantic City. He suffered a submission loss to Greg Velasco at CFFC 104. Of course, Velasco, a very talented prospect in his own right. Has not fought past the second round in any of his 4 professional fights to date. So we'll see what kind of pace is put on early between these heavyweights. 1 knockout win, 1 submission win via arm triangle choke. A couple submission losses in his defeat, so he's shown some defensive liabilities there. We'll see if Rashaun Jackson wants to try to test those out on the ground, or if this ends up being an old-fashioned heavyweight slugfest.
Yeah, I don't got the feeling this is going to be a grappling contest.
I'm with you on those vibes.
I could be wrong.
I can tell you this capacity crowd here tonight at the beautiful Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. They're open for a slobber knocker.
Big meaty men slapping meat. Main event, prelim CFFC.
Love it. William Tarpley giving a little respect, a lot of love between the two before they get started. Heavyweights on deck. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape for this featured prelim of the night. You see real similar in the age there, of course. The height records are both at 500 right now. Look at the step head. You see that height difference for Tarpley. We'll see if any of that plays out tonight in this heavyweight clash. Let's take it to Jason Liederfine to get this thing started.
The following bout is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the CFFC heavyweight division and is brought to you by Bartow Ford. Introducing first, out of the blue corner, he wears the black trunks with white trim. At 6 feet even, he weighed in at 265 pounds, a record of 5 wins and 5 losses. Representing Iron Life Fight Team and fighting out of Orlando, Florida, Rashaun Action Jackson. And across the cage, his adversary. Fighting out of the red corner, he wears the black trunks with white and green trim. At 6 feet, 4 inches tall, he weighed in at 263.6 pounds. A record of 2 wins and 2 losses. Representing Death War and fighting out of Tampa, Florida, William Tarpley. When the bell rings, the referee in charge of the action, the third man in the cage, Andrew Glenn.
Final preliminary bout of the evening here at CFFC 110, Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. We'll be switching it over to UFC Fight Pass for the 6-fight main card.
This place is packed.
It is already. I love it. Fantastic crowd here every time. Tarpley with that heavy low kick, but Jackson clinches and pushes things to the cage.
Well, I jinxed us. I said it wasn't going to be a grappling.
I wasn't going to blame you. It crossed my mind.
Jackson gets turned. Tarpley now in front of him. These are big boys.
Tarpley was working that head position in there, just grinding on the chin, making it uncomfortable for Jackson as he defends up against the cage.
It's Tampa versus Orlando, the Battle of Florida.
I love it. Tampa crowd here coming alive, supporting their man, William Tarpley. As you said, just about every seat filled at this point.
No matter what city wins, you're still in Florida.
Which is a good thing, is what CM Punk is saying.
Great. Love Mickey Mouse. Love the sun. Wawa.
Wawa. Tarpley with the low knee there. Oh, wow. TKO. I thought maybe the knee landed. I think his knee Oh, injury, unfortunately. I didn't see what happened there. I thought maybe the Tarpley knee landed to the groin. Instead, it looks like something popped there.
I just heard him yell.
Yeah.
We didn't get a good angle on it. See if the truck can get us something. And the referee is waving this off.
Yeah, you have to.
This fight is stopped due to injury.
Unfortunate to say the least. And you can see, I mean, that man is writhing in pain right now. Oh, you can hear the screams. Unfortunate scene to say the least. And take a look here at what happened. See if we can isolate it.
Well, let's take a look, and you see he threw that knee right there. It looks like Jackson's got his left knee up trying to, oh yeah, it just, gosh. I mean, just a well-timed shot, right? Like, it looked like right on the outside of that knee.
Gosh. Yeah, I was blocked out a little bit. The way he reacted, I thought that must have landed to the groin, but it's the knee that he landed to.
Same. We had we had the jib shot, and it was overhead, and it looked like that knee went straight up, caught him in the cup, but no, it caught him right on the outside of the knee. Man, stuff happens sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a look at it again. Here's the original shot we had where you can easily see, like, yeah, you think that one's a little bit of a low blow. You heard Rashaun Jackson yell out in pain, and he definitely did something to that knee. It's really super unfortunate. That's
Shawn,
not the way you want to go out.
Yeah, he's waving Tarpley over there to come talk to him. I think give him some respect. Hey, man, no hard feelings. There's certainly, you know, you go in there with the intentions of separating your opponent from consciousness, but you don't go in there with the intention of injuring them, as bizarre as that may be.
Yeah,
you know?
it's an unfortunate situation. Everybody here is disappointed. Even Tarpley, who's obviously going to win.
Yeah, not something he wanted to do either, but he is going to walk away with the victory. And in fairness, it was through a strike that he threw. So let's take it to our man Jason Liederfine and make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Andrew Glenn. Ladies and gentlemen, referee Andrew Glenn. Ladies and gentlemen, referee Andrew Glenn has called a halt to the bout at 1 minute, 18 seconds in the first round due to injury, declaring your winner by TKO, William Tarpley.
Certainly not the way he would have wanted to win, but it's a victory, and CM Punk has got a microphone ready to talk to him about it.
All right, Tampa, I'm here with William Tarpley. Let's get out of the way here. I'm not going to put words in your mouth. I want to hear straight from you, though. I think everybody's a little bit disappointed. Probably not the way you want to win. Talk to me about how you're feeling.
That's fighting. He was a game opponent, very strong, very seasoned. My coach told me to believe in myself. That's what I did. Thank you to everybody who support us. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God. Thank my sponsors. Thank my team. Thank everybody. Thank you for the support.
Since obviously you retained no damage, how soon do you want to get back in here? I know you're heavyweight, so you don't got to cut weight. I'm sure you're going to tell me you want to be on the main card, you want to fight tomorrow, but is there anything in the future that we can look forward to?
That's fully up to my coach. He's my manager, so I just follow suit, put in the work, and I'm fight ready whenever.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, he won the Battle of Florida. Your own Tarpley, let's go.
Well, as CM Punk said, not exactly the way I'm sure that William Tarpley wanted to claim victory, but he believed in himself. He made the sacrifices to get here, and he got it done. And we'll just hope that everything's okay with Rashaun Jackson as well. Clearly in a lot of pain there. Hopefully nothing too serious, and he can get back to action sooner rather than later. But it is a TKO win for William Tarpley. And listen, you know, he threw the shot. You know, it wasn't as if somebody just took a false step on their leg and twisted an ankle or something. I mean, he actually threw a knee and it did some damage there. So it's still a win for William Tarpley. And I love the fact that on a night that CM Punk has a shattered foot and a walking boot, we've done more interviews.
Nobody gives a shit about my foot.
More interviews than any other prelim in CFFC history. I just love watching you hobble back and forth. You see the crowd filling in here. As I said, almost every seat filled already during the prelims. They always represent here in Tampa, Florida. Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino playing host once again. Phenomenal facility. We appreciate them having us out here. Main card will be shifting over to UFC Fight Pass at the top of the hour, so you got a few minutes to maybe grab yourself a frosty beverage or two.
Yeah, you got a minute.
Maybe a little snack or something. Make sure you're logged in. Make sure you're set up and ready to go, as we'll be kicking it over there at the top of the hour. Plenty of CFFC action to come tonight, plenty in the future, and plenty of our fighters going to appear on Dana White's Contender Series later this summer.
Coming like a storm. I got my sword and my shield. Victory in my bones. A warrior never kneels. 'Cause I'm a gladiator and a shaker, headed to the top. 'Cause I'm a groundbreaker. I'm gonna fight 'cause that's what I'm made for. I'm a gladiator, a gladiator.
Tonight is the night we make history, and now for the moment you've all been waiting for, the main event of the evening.
A gladiator, I'm gonna fight 'cause I'm a gladiator.
And the new CFFC middleweight champion of the world.
I'm gonna be on the future of the CFFC, I'm telling you right now.
I was born for this. Welcome to the arena.
I fight for honor. I fight for principle. The passion I possess that makes me invincible. I know you ain't prepared for what you got to face. So if you're looking for asylum, it's the wrong place. Defeat never known it. I don't condone it. Weakness never shown it. I dismantle my opponent. It's in my DNA. It's who I
Oh, he got him with that uppercut. Oh, there's the right. Wow.
And a shaker, headed to the top. 'Cause I'm a groundbreaker. I'm gonna fight 'cause that's what I'm made for. I'm a gladiator, a gladiator.
And the new CFFC welterweight champion of the world.
Remember my name.
Whoa! You gotta be kidding me! You're kidding me! And the new CFFC flyweight champion of the world.
I have a target on every single flyweight in that UFC roster. I'm ready to go over there. I'm ready to take all these guys out one by one.
I'm a gladiator driven. I'm a fortune case.
That's it. That's it. Stop the fight.
Fortune case.
Let's try. He doesn't want to get it. Oh my God. I don't believe it.
I tell you what, I love video packages like that where you're seeing these familiar faces that we've seen come from CFFC take the step up to Dana White's Contender Series. And, you know, it's gone many of their ways. We've had a couple of setbacks along the way as well, including you saw at the very end there, Santo Curatolo, who's in our main event, and he's back. But it's just so cool to see these men and women at this stage of their career. It's a step up to step into a packed facility like this, the bright lights, but then they get that call to the next level. And I just love getting to be cage side inside the UFC Apex and watching those people take that next step in their career.
I always say that this is one of my favorite jobs. You know, I get to work with you, And it's very exciting to be able to say, when you see an undefeated Shawn Brady, you know, welterweight contender in the UFC, you can say, hey, I called his fights earlier in his career. Pat Sabatini, you know, those guys are teammates, but it goes across the board. You got all kinds of people that were CFC alumni champions here going on to bigger and better things, you know, and I get to be a part of that. That's always exciting. And I tell people, fight fans from all over, all types of walks of life, doesn't matter where they're from, I say, listen, you like the UFC, watch CFFC, see where these guys go. It's like finding the Ramones before they were, you know, on a major label. It's like seeing bands play smaller venues before they're selling out arenas. And, you know, you get to be one of the people that gets to say, yeah, I saw them first. You know, it's exciting.
Such a great way to put it, man. Seeing everybody before they make it big, and it's so awesome to get it, as you said, to be a part of that and to say that we got a chance to see him. But still, just the main card still to come here at the UFC Fight Pass, top of the hour. We want you to be sure and stick around for that. As we said, Santo Curatolo in the main event. Happy to have him back. He's one of those that did get to Dana White's Contender Series that I still feel is destined for big things. It just needs to prove that. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. But this is a big moment in his career to kind of step forward and get that pass started once again.
Well, it's interesting, right? Because, you know, you're somebody, you get the call, oh, I'm on Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series. This is my big break, and it doesn't go your way. But you also don't lose spectacularly. You know, you don't get knocked out. You're not on somebody's highlight reel. You lose a decision. So what do you do? And I think that's what this is about right now for Santo. It's not what happened to him. It's how he reacts to it. I think it's going to be interesting to see him back in the cage. You know, he's somebody who has stepped in, fought bigger and better competition, and it didn't go his way. And he can now reevaluate things, get better at the things that he needs to get better at, and show people, hey, I'm not going anywhere. I'm still in this. You know, don't forget about me.
Yeah, big opportunity for him. We do have a handful of fighters that are going to be on Dana White's Contender Series this year. I'm just not exactly sure what we're allowed to say, and I'm trying not to get us in trouble and get kicked off, you know?
Yeah, basically everything we announce, something bad would happen. We don't want to jinx anything or anybody.
No, but I think you're going to see some familiar names. That's starting up again on Tuesday nights, of course, at the end of this month. The first one is the final week of July, so that'll be fantastic. That'll be the same week that we're in Tunica, Mississippi for CFFC 111, and then, of course, we got the big back-to-backs in August, man. The schedule is filling up quickly, just like the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino is filling up.
What a beautiful segue that was. That was professional.
That's why they pay me the little bucks.
10 stars. 5 stars, 10 stars. All the stars for you, my friend.
I love it. Going to be a fun night over on UFC Fight Pass. It starts at the top of the hour. Make sure you go get your frosted beverages, get yourself a little snack. Make sure you're logged in, you're signed up. The main card is going to be fun from start to finish. We'll see you over at UFC Fight Pass at the top of the hour.